Oh, James.
Excuse me, do either of you know how to get to the library?
A first-year student, I presume. My dear, my worthy colleague and I are second-year students and will only be too happy to assist you. The library is right over there to the left. Now, if you have any other questions, or if you would merely like the company of a more experienced veteran of this institution, please feel free to call on me at any time.
Or knock it off and help me with some of this stuff.
Smell it, the crisp fall air. Look at it, the clear washed sky. The leaves are changing, the foliage is extravagant. All's right with the world. James, our second year at law school is gonna be wonderful. Hart!
What?
How shall we organize the bookshelves? Do you want the lower shelf, the top shelf, or shall we be side by side?
You take the whole thing.
What?
Yeah, I want my books in my room.
James, there isn't room in your room for all your books.
I'll stuff some of them under the bed. See, when I'm doing late night studying, I don't want to worry about waking you up or fiddling around trying to find my stuff. I mean, I want my books, my notes, all my law school stuff with me where I can get at it.
I think what you are saying is that you want to sleep with your books. James, we're not first-year students anymore. We're now second year. Do yourself a favor. Find a woman instead.
Do it now. You won't have time for it after Kingsfield starts to work you over. All right, everybody, listen up. I want all you 1Ls to fill out these forms. These are your dormitory contracts. You promise not to break any furniture. Everybody's issued 2 towels, 1 set of sheets. You can pick them up at the laundry room.
More paper?
Paper's the name of the game here. Give me a break, okay? These are your applications to the gym. The gym is located...
Belle, we've got work to do. Can you cut this orientation meeting short?
All right. Remember, I'm here to help you answer your questions. Any questions?
Yeah. How do we handle Kingsfield?
Very, very carefully. Read the case book, stay ahead. It might help if you bought one of the outlines that one of the study groups made last year. But get a good outline. You got to be choosy.
How could we tell a good outline?
I'll fill you in.
Is Kingsfield really as bad as they say?
Worse. Look, my job here is to show you where the bathroom is, tell you where you can get your laundry done, report you to the law school shrink if you freak out. But as far as Kingsfield, you're on your own.
Is this James Hart's apartment?
Yeah, what's up? James?
I'm Hart. What can I do for you?
You're James T. Hart, the only one who got an A in Kingsfield's class last year. Fantastic. You booked the course.
How did you find that out? Grades are supposed to be a secret.
Research, Hart. Research. You made law review.
Yes, well, what can we do for you? Or is it that you just like to see the legendary Mr. Hart and perhaps shake his hand?
Sims, my name is Richard Sims. I'm first year, 1L.
Sims, we understand the strain first-year students are under, but we would prefer it if you poor slobs kept your paranoid personalities in the dormitories where all good first-year students belong.
Hart, do you have the outline you made for Kingsfield's course last year?
Why?
Didn't you make an outline for Kingsfield's class covering the cases he discussed? You know, covering the course.
Sure, I made an outline.
Listen, I'd like to buy it. Kingsfield's course starts tomorrow.
Well, we're not even unpacked yet.
Look, Kingsfield might call on me tomorrow. I've read the cases, but I don't understand them well enough. Your outline could really help. I might even ace the course, too.
Sims, Hart and I are very busy. You'll have to go.
Well, look, why don't you just think about it, and I'll just talk to you about it.
Were we that bad? Were we that crazy last year?
You're damn right we were.
Lehman, Connie, right? I'm Richard Sims.
Hi. What are all those books?
Oh, case books, summaries of the cases.
Don't we have enough reading to do without buying more books?
I want an itch.
An edge?
Look, all of us are smart, right? We've all been to college, and we did very well. So nobody here is a zero. So how do you do better? Get ahead. I'm talking about that little extra bit that maybe gets you an A from Kingsfield.
From what I've heard, nobody gets an A in Kingsfield's class.
Guy named Hart did last year. And I'm planning to buy his outline. See, it's a tradition around here. Students who did well last year sell their outlines.
And what does that have to do with me?
I've been doing a little research on you, Lehman. You are Phi Beta Kappa out of Dartmouth, grade point average of 3.8. I'm forming a study group. Do you want to join?
Boy, you really have done research.
Do you want to join?
I don't know.
Connie, come on. You can't lick that Kingsfield bastard by yourself. This is going to be the best study group in the history of this school. We are going to have the competitive edge. You can't lose. I'm doing you a favor.
Okay, let me think about it. And don't worry so much. Kingsfield's gonna love us. This is an appeal from an order of the court below.
What court, Miss, Lehman?
The Pennsylvania court.
Which Pennsylvania court? Federal, state, appellate, supreme, civil, criminal? Or are you thinking perhaps of a small claims court, Miss Lehman?
I don't know. I didn't know there were so many courts.
Proceed.
This is an appeal from an order of the court below, striking off a counterclaim filed in action in a sumpsit. The court.
What is the meaning of the term sumpsit?
I don't know.
Are you in the habit of using words whose meaning you do not comprehend?
No, sir.
There are many words which you don't know, Miss Lehman. Do you expect me to define them all for you here, personally, in this class?
No, sir.
You are expected to track down these strange words, these new concepts. This is a difficult class, Miss Lehman, and you must fully prepare for it. Do you consider yourself prepared today?
No, sir.
You are unprepared, unable to answer the most simple questions. Miss Lehman, there is one thing I do not understand. Why are you smiling? Class dismissed.
Say, Connie, about my study group. Look, I sort of asked too many people. If you don't mind, you know, maybe you'd be happier with another group.
Why don't you just say what's on your mind? I blew it in Kingsfield's class today. And you only want people who know what they're doing.
Congratulations, Mr. Golden, on being elected to the presidency of the Law Review.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies, and congratulations on your election to the Law Review. I see you're already congratulating yourselves.
Sir.
Last year we had a student, 2L, whose name I've fortunately forgotten, who congratulated himself upon the honor of being elected to Law Review. He continued to congratulate himself for 5 months, at which point he flunked from this prestigious institution. Let his experience be a lesson to you. Now, as you all know, the law review comes out once a month. It is always on time. On the 10th of each month, the current issue is placed on my desk. Now, those who have just been elected may wonder how this prodigy is accomplished. Very simple. Work. For those of you who have just been elected, would you please step forward? Here are your keys. I congratulate you once again, and to work.
What are these for?
Those are your keys to the library, so you can work there all night long, day and night. Now, next month, we're publishing a long article by Professor Jenkins on the liability of corporate directors. Here's the file. Go to the library and run a site check and no mistakes.
How much time have I got?
Well, you got plenty of time. Have it on my desk tomorrow morning. Welcome to the second year Hart. Peters.
A condition subsequent on a promise is different than a condition precedent. Okay. A condition subsequent on a promise is different than a condition precedent because, oh, God.
Something wrong?
I have 4 books in front of me, written by 4 different law professors, each one of them an expert on contract law. And every single one of them says something so different or so obtuse, I don't know what they're talking about. Do you know the difference between a condition subsequent and a condition precedent?
I'm afraid I do.
Would you mind filling me in?
It's very complex.
How about just the high points?
Look, Kingsfield wrote an article about it. Conditions past and future. Yeah, law review. Tell you everything you want to know.
Kingsfield.
Rough first day in contracts, huh?
Yeah. You must be a second-year student. I'm Connie Lehman.
Hart. James Hart.
James Hart? Well, you're, quite the topic of conversation at the dorms. Listen, maybe you can just manage to tell me how I'm going to get through this course with Kingsfield, because he's driving me mad. Want to take a break?
I'd love to, but I've got work of my own. Remember, conditions past and future. Yale Law Journal.
Thanks.
Mark, get the phone.
No idea where the phone is.
Well, I'll turn on the... Wait, I'll get the light.
It's right here. Hello? Yes, what is it?
Listen, is that you, Art?
Yes, it's me. What?
I'll give you $200 for your outline, Art.
What? Listen, you idiots, 4 o'clock in the morning. Are you out of your mind? 4 o'clock in the morning? You stupid guy.
What's wrong?
First year student wanting to buy my outline.
Sell it to him. Jesus Christ, give it to him. Labordi, what's the matter with
Hey, we sat through every day of Kingsfield. They should too.
you? You want a beer?
No, now that I'm up, I think I'll study for a while.
You are really anal compulsive. I, on the other hand, am very oral. Jesus Christ, Hart, did you eat the pickled herring?
Ford, I was hungry.
Didn't you see the label? Didn't you see it was marked Ford? I had the damn jar clearly marked.
Sorry. Looked like a health warning.
But the salesman just said, you'll make $1 million. He didn't say, I guarantee that you'll make $1 million.
Mr. Hazard.
Are we talking about the difference between a prophecy and a promise?
Miss Lehman. Are we? Miss Lehman. If I say that the auto I'm selling you will go 40 miles on a tank of gas, is that a guarantee? Is it a condition of promise? Is it a prophecy?
Does it depend on what you intend?
Miss Lehman, think. How would one determine what I intended?
Ask you.
No, Miss Lehman, no. I'm afraid you are not thinking. Read the cases, live them, breathe them. Mr. Smollett.
I think we would have to examine the language used with great precision. For example, saying that your car got great gas mileage might be considered mere puffery, but saying that it got exactly 40 miles to the gallon is specific.
The defendant's receipt. Belle, you know Hart. Why hasn't he sold his outline? All the other 2Ls have sold theirs.
Give him time. He's been busy, you know. He's got his work on law review. He's been taking Kingsfield's seminar.
We need all the help we can get. Kingsfield's a menace. Talk to him, Belle. There are students who pay a lot for Hart's outline. All we want is a crack at buying it.
Lehman, telephone.
Thanks. Hello? Well, hello, James Hart. No, actually, I'm drowning in conditioned precedents. Yeah, I'd love to get a beer. I don't know. I guess I just led a charmed life. I was growing up in Connecticut. My father wants to send me to Europe as soon as I finish Dartmouth. He thought I needed a break after such an academically grueling schedule. Yeah, I'll tell you something. I had a great time in college. Man, I thought law school was going to be just the same.
No, law school can be wonderful. Sometimes.
When?
I'll let you know.
Oh, yeah, do that.
You want another beer? Tara?
So tell me, how did you get to know Kingsfield?
Get to know him? Are you kidding?
Hart, according to everybody around here, you are the only student that Kingsfield both knows and likes. Yes, he likes success, and you've succeeded. You got an A in his course.
Just a rumor.
I mean, you didn't get an A in his course? What am I doing wasting my time talking to you?
No, I got an A. Thanks. You know, it's funny. Last year when I was in Kingsfield's class, I had the feeling that when it was a tough question, he'd call on me. Sort of as if he were watching, checking on my progress.
See? He does care about you.
Are you trying to understand Kingsfield? Figure him out? I guess we always will. Sometimes it's just easier to read them. Here, I brought you something. Conditions, past and future.
No wonder that's not in the library. Thanks. I'll read it right after my meeting with Kingsfield. Mrs. Nottingham, it's 4 o'clock. My appointment with Professor Kingsfield was at 3:30. What's he doing in there?
Whatever it is, Miss Lehman, it does not concern you. Professor Kingsfield will see you now.
Professor Kingsfield, I have a formal request I would like to make of you. No, that's not right. I don't want to make a formal request. I want to talk to you as one human being to another. When I was a little girl, I had a terrible nightmare. I used to wake up thinking that I was lost. I couldn't find my way home. And whenever I would ask people for...
I'm not the proper person to receive these revelations. Perhaps you should talk to the school psychiatrist.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm having a difficult time in your class. I seem to do my best when I've had a little more time to digest the material. So, I'm wondering whether it would be possible for you not to call on me for a while, until I've had a little more time to prepare.
No.
Professor Kingsfield,
Good day, Miss,
Lehman. Miss Lehman, maybe I didn't,
Miss Lehman, disorganization of the mind is not an excuse for not participating in my class. The Socratic method, question, answer, another question, is a process for training you to think like a lawyer. That requires participation on your part.
all I need is a little more time.
Speaking of time, Miss Lehman, our little chat has come to an end. You've made a request, and it has been refused. Good day. Nottingham, you may put that call through now.
Bill, I tell you, the man is not human. Now, I tried appealing to him on a personal human level. Man, I should have gone to medical school.
Connie, going to Kingsfield was the stupidest thing you could have done. Kingsfield preys on nervousness like a tick. Now that he knows who you are, he'll call on you all the time.
Great, Bill. Thanks a lot.
Professor Kingsfield.
Yes?
Just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for letting me take this seminar.
You are Mr.
Hart? James Hart? Don't you remember me? I was in your contracts class. You gave me an A.
Last year's grades are of no interest whatsoever. I may vaguely remember your face, but what concerns us now is your mind, which we shall try and improve during the year. You may take your seat, Mr. Hart. Gentlemen, ladies, let me welcome you to my seminar in the history of American law. For those of you who, by merit of your special fields of study, come from other sections of the university, the Graduate School of History, the School of International Affairs, let me welcome you to the law school as well. Those of you who are second and third year students, I must add that in this course, which is a seminar, the method of teaching is not the same as in my large classrooms. Here, we shall enter into a general discussion as we explore the challenging history of American law and its rising influence in the world.
Willis, when I leave these hallowed halls, I'm going to sell my soul to the highest bidder.
I'm taking a real gut. Estate taxation. Half the class gets A.
Good for you, Bill. Here's for pragmatism.
Listen, Hart,
Kingsfield seminar is fantastic.
We got to talk to you about your contracts outline. We're sitting on a gold mine here. All the first-year students want to buy it. They're desperate. We can make a fortune. You got to see the dorms. They're all going nuts. Hart, listen, the time is now. Let's sell it. We'll split it 3 ways. What do you say?
Forget it.
Forget it? That outline belongs to our study group. Don't forget that Ford and I here are part of it. And I got this thing all planned out. Those first-year students are so stupid. They think that you're God and believe that everything you wrote is the Bible. I sure as hell don't plan to let this opportunity pass by.
I don't feel good about it. The first-year students ought to make their own outlines. They should go through the process, just as we did.
What do you think, Ford?
Well, everyone sells their outlines. It's a tradition around here.
That's right, and tradition is important. I said we put it to a vote. All those in favor?
Well, it's just a little innocent fun. Besides, I can do without those 1Ls calling us up in the middle of the night. 2/3 majority.
Well, you guys do whatever you want. I don't want to have any part of it.
Very touchy, isn't he? All right, let's get down to business. In selling the outline, we want to maximize the profits. The way I see it for the next few days, I'll keep building Hart up, you know? Let him know how well he did, how good the outline is.
Well, you sound like Brutus plotting Caesar's execution.
Okay, I want those 1Ls panning after this outline like the Romans in the Colosseum. What's the Colosseum around here? Kingsfield's classroom. Just the place to work them into a frenzy. Just the place big enough to hold all the bidders. We auction it there. A real old-fashioned auction with the price rising, rising, rising.
Only one problem. Kingsfield will never let you use his Colosseum.
Let me handle it. I got a plan.
Mr. Bell, Professor Kingsfield's classroom is only available for worthwhile educational purposes. Speeches by visiting dignitaries, moot court debates, and faculty meetings.
The law school manual says that all classrooms are available for worthwhile educational purposes.
And I suppose you have a worthwhile educational purpose in mind.
Definitely, I'm going to give a lecture.
Oh, on how to get through law school without doing any work.
No, on Roman law. I'm going to give a lecture on Roman law.
And just what do you know about Roman law, Mr. Bell?
Well, just so happens that before my parents changed it, our family name was Bellarini. I know the Italian's cold, Mrs. Nottingham.
This is some sort of a trick, Mr. Bell. I hope you know what you're doing.
We're going to the auction.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you think the outline's worth?
I've heard a good outline can go for $50.
Yeah, but this is a great outline.
Yeah.
Connie.
Hi.
You going to the auction? No, I have a date. I don't have any money anyway. Good luck. Thanks.
I wouldn't pay more than $100, but this guy is Kingsfield, of course. Everything Hart knows is on this outline.
Yeah, but $100.
Yeah, but you gotta look at it long term. You ace Kingsfield's course, you make law review.
Look, Dad, I really need the money. No, I'm not in any trouble. Look, you don't understand. This is a tremendous opportunity. What do you mean you don't understand what the outline is? Dad, no, I'm not cracking up. Dad, look, could I speak to Mom?
Okay, $25. I mean, if we consolidate, how much I don't know, $100.
All right, let's have a little quiet in here.
Okay. This is it. This is the outline written by the greatest student in the history of Kingsfield's course, James T. Hart. Look at this outline. Have you ever sat in Kingsfield's class and prayed he wouldn't call on you? Has Kingsfield ever caught you unprepared? Has he ever taken your reasoning and cut it to shreds? Has he ever made you feel like the stupidest person on the face of the entire earth? Cut you off at the knees?
Well, don't overdo it. Just sell it.
I'm starting to feel the power that Kingsfield must feel at this podium, Ford. I'm talking power. We got these poor slobs right in the palm of our hands.
All right, let's open up the bidding. What are we offered?
$25. You gotta be kidding me, man. I'm talking about the best outline ever written in the history of Kingsfield's class. Look at this outline. Not a spot on it. Not a coffee stain. I'm talking pure, brilliant reasoning. Each word more intelligent than the one before.
35.
Get serious, will you?
$100.
Okay, now we're talking more like it.
This is very romantic and all, but why don't we go back to my place?
As soon as I finish.
Why are we whispering? No one's around. This whole library's deserted. Where is everyone? You're the only one who still cares about work anymore?
The library is deserted because everybody is at the auction.
What auction?
What auction? Your auction. The auction for your outline.
They didn't.
They did.
150.
175.
$200.
225.
250.
275.
300.
350.
These guys are desperate. I love it.
375. Look, I'll sell my car. $400.
$401.
$425. $430.
$600.
Going. Going.
Gone! Sold for $600.
And might I add, a current record price paid for any outline sold in this school.
Okay, Sims, bring your money on down, buddy. All right, here's the outline. Where's your money?
I don't walk around with $600 on it.
Walk around with a checkbook, don't you?
There isn't enough money in the account. I just need you guys to give me a few days to raise the money.
Now listen, Sims, this auction was cash and carry.
I'll get it. I'll get it. Just give me some time. I'm good for it.
No, you don't, Sims. You get the outline when we get the dough, understand?
God, it's been 2 hours, and I haven't thought about law school once.
That park's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't believe I never took the time to go there.
Now, why don't they tell 1Ls that there are apartments like this available? Why do they make us live in those dormitories?
Well, no, they don't actually say that you have to live there. They just strongly suggest that you should have read the fine print in the law school catalog.
Oh, is that where all this stuff is hidden?
You want to finish this wine?
Yeah, let's. Hi.
Hi.
Good.
You want to know something?
What? What? What?
I'm growing very fond of you.
How fond? Hang on. Well, here it is, the fabled outline. Notes on a course in contracts written by Professor Charles W. Kingsfield, Jr. This is very impressive, Mr. Hart. Offer acceptance, mutual assent, parole evidence rule. You even have a special section on Kramer versus Adler.
Forget the parole evidence rule.
Let me just look at this one section. Oh, this is great. You mean the real problem in the Kramer case is objective versus subjective intention? It doesn't have anything to do with mutual assent?
God, I've created a monster. Hey, when I first met you, you wanted to have fun. Now you're turning into a typical law-crazed student.
Hey, can I borrow this for a while?
You'd be better off if you made your own.
Yeah, but I just want to look at it for a while. This will really help me get a handle on that course.
Yeah, but it's going through the process that's important. Kingsfield isn't just teaching you contract law. He's teaching you how to think like a lawyer.
I happen to be flunking his course. You understand that? Really, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, but there aren't any shortcuts, Connie. Look, you feel like you don't understand anything. You're sure you're going to flunk. But after a while, maybe a few months, slowly, very slowly, you start getting at what Kingsfield's driving at.
It's easy for you to say. You've been through it. I'm at the other end. And to tell you the truth, I'm terrified. Please help me out.
I don't feel good about this.
And it looks like
Spelling, check it. Jeff, right here. The bankruptcy act, 700. Check it right. All right, it goes to 730.
Somebody stole our outline.
Yeah? And somebody auctioned it off last night without bothering to ask if I'd mind.
Oh, so you decided to take it into your own hands? What'd you do, burn it?
I probably should have. I just lent it to Connie.
You what? Listen, we got a record price last night, $600.
Hart, did you finish site checking the Frosserman article? Well, get to it. Listen, fellas, visiting hours don't start until after we get the first issue out. Beat it. Peters.
If Connie Xeroxes it and passes it around, it won't be worth anything. We sold exclusive rights. This guy Sims might even sue us.
Listen, James, in spite of the way you may feel, we made a deal. A contract, an exchange of promises. Now, we can argue morals tomorrow. We can talk about what's best for the 1Ls all next week. But we've got to honor our bargains. It's basic, Hart. Think like a lawyer.
How dumb can you be, Hart? Connie comes across for you and you come across for her.
What are you saying?
Old buddy, you might have been screwed for an outline.
Well?
I'll get it.
Look, Dad, I told you it's for a very important purpose. Don't you want me to make law review? Don't you want me to do well? Can I talk to Mom? What do you mean? I know how much money you fork over for tuition. Dad! Dad? Hello, Grandpa. How are you? It's Richie. Oh, fine. Well, she's great.
Connie? Connie?
She's at student services. Hey, Hart. Did you get it?
Not yet.
Say, Hart, I'm really sorry about the outline. I mean, hell, this is law school. Those are synopsis.
Hey, Bill. Kingsfield wants to see you.
You can't Xerox that outline.
Well, it was just so helpful. I thought I wanted a copy.
Someone paid $600 for it. Someone made a contract. I'll have to have it back.
Sure.
I feel like a goddamn fool. I thought you really cared about me.
I do.
Not as much as you care about that outline.
What are you saying?
I think it's clear.
You son of a bitch. If that's what you think, I don't need your outline. And I certainly don't need you.
I, too, am a student of Cicero.
Roman law?
Yes. Is it not true that you gave a lecture on that subject to the first-year students? So, expound.
Sir, I think there's been some kind of a misunderstanding.
Did you or did you not use my classroom for that purpose? I'll assume that you did, because if it was for any other purpose, well, Mr. Bell, of course, they'd have to consider disciplinary action. And then there'd have to be some sort of punishment. And of course, you don't wish to be punished, do you, Mr. Bell?
No, sir.
Good. As you know, my advanced seminar in the history of law covers not only English and American jurisprudence, but the Roman tradition as well. So we meet again here next Wednesday, and I'll expect you to be present and give a presentation to the class. It'll require you to speak for about 1 hour and then answer questions. No problem for an expert on Roman law like yourself. Goodbye, Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell, why do you remain glued to your chair? You are dismissed, Mr. Bell.
Take it easy. He'll be here. Did you get it?
Okay, Sims, here it is. Now, how about forking over some dough?
Give me the outline.
I'd like to count the money first, if you don't mind. Okay, it's all there. Here it is, Sims. Good luck.
Hope you make law review.
I plan to.
Sims. Make a copy of it and give it to me.
Hey, I bought exclusive rights.
And I wrote it. I'd like a copy, just for old time's sake. I'm not a 1L. I'm not in competition with you.
I don't know. You might pass it around. Show it.
Let me phrase it another way. Make me a copy or you'll never see the second year.
Guess it couldn't hurt.
$600 big ones. Jackpot.
Today we are fortunate to have what I'm sure will be a most unusual presentation. A second-year student, Willis Bell, is going to tell us about the famous Roman lawyer, Marcus Tullius Cicero. I may add that Mr. Bell's presentation is voluntary, and he will receive no credit for his work. Mr. Bell?
Cicero, the great legal...
Mr. Bell, why don't you stand and fill the room with your erudition?
Cicero, the great legal philosopher, once stated that the law, as we know it, grows not from without, but from within. It lives within the soul of each of us.
Most of us know what Cicero said, Mr. Bell. You tell us what he meant.
He believed that God created the law and instilled it within everyone.
And what did he himself feel about the
That the law was a religion?
Good. Proceed, Mr. Bell.
Cicero's views, especially as enunciated by this certain student, Clactus the Short, show that Cicero believed that the law resided in certain key passages that could be deciphered by using the Book of the Seven Realities, this book of ancient Greek origin.
Bell, you were wonderful.
And my life was on the line. If I'd have blown it, he might have kicked me out of school. Do you realize how much work I had to do?
With a presentation like that, you ought to ask Kingsfield to let you into this seminar.
You know, you really are crazy. And do me a favor, will you? Next time, if I ever have to present a paper, just lay off me. What the hell's the matter with you asking me a question about Greek law?
Well, you're such an authority on Roman law, I thought Greek law would be a breeze.
So I think that under these circumstances, it would be a condition subsequent to the making of a promise.
Reread the case, Miss Lehman. Then tomorrow you can enlighten the entire class with an explanation of why you did not understand it today. So now, let's get to the case of Shallot versus combustion engineering. Mr. Sims, is your hand raised to indicate you not only wish to answer my question, but that you know what the question is going to be before I have asked it? Are you a mind reader, Mr. Sims?
The Shallot case raises a serious question concerning how a court should handle indefinite contracts. Judge Kramer stated...
Judge Kramer?
Sir, the judge that decided that case.
Judge Kramer was the district court judge. His opinion might have been relevant last year. In the interval, the Shallot case has been appealed to the circuit court. You are familiar with the circuit court opinion, are you not, Mr. Sims?
Circuit court opinion?
Mr. Sims, did you read the material? When someone raises his hand in my class, I assume he has something relevant to relate. Do you have something relevant to relate?
I didn't read the circuit court opinion, sir.
The law is forever changing, Mr. Sims. There are no shortcuts. You are responsible not only for last year's law, but for present law as well. So, let us start all over again. Who is the circuit court judge in the Shallot case? You seem very persistent, Miss Lehman. You've already committed one error today, and yet you wish to try again? Very well.
Judge Biddlebound of the 3rd District Court of Appeals delivered the opinion, which is interesting because it was an appeal over the Virgin Islands, over which the 3rd District Court of Appeals has jurisdiction, as well as over Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey. The case raised the issue of contingency clauses involving possible natural disasters.
Precisely. Continue, Miss Lehman.
Weather patterns in the Virgin Islands are unpredictable. So the parties developed a clause for compensation in the event of a hurricane. A hurricane did in fact take place, destroying the appellant's factory, and he was therefore unable to hold up his end of the bargain. Hi.
How you doing, Connie?
I'm better. Where are you going?
Library.
Mind if I walk with you? So at first, when I answered incorrectly in class, it didn't shake me the way it did before, because I read that material. I had that information. It was mine. All I had to do was rethink it. It's the process, isn't it? You've taught me something so important. There aren't any shortcuts, are there?
Right.
And not in relationships either.
They're even harder than law school.
So how about starting with dinner?